I want to talk about Lex Luger. Wade Keller would report, with Lex Luger's 2-year contract with the WWF expiring this month, his promotional affiliation is not a foregone conclusion. Several indicators suggest the WWF may be resigned or willing to lose him, including the fact that Diesel has supplanted him as the top babyface. There have been unconfirmed reports that Luger has inquired about a meeting this week with WCW in Atlanta. If the WWF expects to lose Luger, that could explain Michael's rather harsh comments about Luger in recent weeks, saying things like he punches like a girl. Now, in fairness, Luger does have weak-looking punches. It's not something you point out if there are long-term plans for him. Michaels also said that Luger would be helpless without a clothesline as an offensive weapon, and Luger, reportedly, was extremely upset with both of those comments. Luger is a longtime WCW wrestler before ever joining the WWF, owns a gym in Atlanta with a top WCW talent in Sting, and of course has family roots there now. After the WWF attempts to market him as the next Hulk Hogan, including an elaborate bus tour across the country, failed, Luger has been relegated to the mid-level status in the company. If Luger re-signs with the WWF, they would probably feel safe in pushing him again, perhaps in main event matches against Brett or Diesel later this year. But if he doesn't stay, the WWF has buried Luger enough lately where it wouldn't even be perceived as a major blow. Because of his personal and business roots in WCW, that he would get a guaranteed deal with WCW well above his current WWF pay, a jump appears to be a distinct possibility. In WCW, that would set up another situation where Hogan down the line could team with Luger, turn on him, and then feud with him. So lots of sort of fantasy booking here, but in the end, we know they get it right. Lex doesn't wind up leaving until September of 95. He shows up on the first episode of Nitro. Were there concerns back here at the beginning of the year that, hey, he might be out of here? Or had you guys already pretty much decided we don't really want to re-sign?
No, Vince wanted to re-sign him. Vince really wanted Lex to stay, and Vince had a soft spot for Lex and liked Lex. But as I've said many times, my issue with Lex always was, if you say you want to stay, then sign the contract. Then show it. You know, there weren't any big guarantees at that time or anything like that. So that wasn't an issue. If you want to stay, show us. And he never would. So that it bred distrust, at least to me and to Pat. But Vince is, very big on taking guys at their word, and he wants to believe, he wants to believe what they're saying is the gospel, that they're going to be here and that we should do the same thing. And being the pessimist that I am at times, I just didn't believe it, and I wanted to see it, and we didn't see it. So I went about business being very careful in how we did things, because you want to play with your players. If he's not going to be a player, then don't put him in the game.